for all citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you Senator the Honourable Paula Gopee Scoon, Minister of Trade and Industry.
Thank you very much and good morning. Please let me recognize my colleague, Dr. the Honourable Naya Donny, Minister of Community Development, Culture and the Arts, and Ms. Natalie Wills, the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labour and Small Enterprise Development, Ms. Clary Ben, Chairman of NEDCO, Dr. Hearn Tobias, President of the Caribbean Union Conference of the 70 Adventists and Chairman of the Board of Trustees, University of the Southern Caribbean, Board of Trustees, Vice Presidents, Deans and members of the Administration, University of the Southern Caribbean, Dr. Rajabalu Ramela, Dean, School of Business, Entrepreneurship and Continuing Professional Studies and Seminar Coordinator, whom I've had discussions on this seminar. Representatives from the Caribbean Union Conference and Southern Caribbean Conference of the SBA, other specially invited guests, members of the media. Ladies and gentlemen, all again, good morning again to you all. And it is indeed a pleasure for me to be here at this 8th Annual Business Development Seminar of the University of the Southern Caribbean, focused on the role of entrepreneurship and trade in economic development. The University of the Southern Caribbean must be commended for consistently holding this annual seminar, which creates an opportunity for academia and technocrats, students and other stakeholders with the intent of understanding and advancing the economic development of Trinidad and Tobago. And as a Minister of Trade and Industry, it is inspiring for me to participate in this forum once more and to articulate the government's perspective on the role of trade in economic development. Entrepreneurship and trade together form an important nexus, and while several speakers before me examined the role of entrepreneurship, my contribution today will focus more on the role of trade in economic development. Trinidad and Tobago's economy, like most of us, is affected by the global and regional events which are considered in the formulation of national economic development activities. And as a government, our discussions must take into account the range of specific interventions at the regional and international levels which impact the country. And some of these considerations include the implications, for example, of Brexit, the UK's departure from the European Union, China-US relations, tariff issues, and policies on immigration, trade, and investment. And it should be noted that the government continues at this time to monitor events in the US closely at this time to ensure that our trade interests are not adversely affected. Regionally, events in modern Cuba, neighboring energy-rich Guyana and Latin America are also considered in the formulation of state policy. And these circumstances generally inform and guide strategy, including the Vision 2030, the National Development Strategy of Trinidad and Tobago. Apart from shaping national strategy, global occurrences present opportunities for development and also challenge decision makers to capitalize on growth and trade prospects in new and emerging markets. While international trade can boost economic development, reduce poverty, broaden the productive base, generate foreign exchange, and encourage competition, these benefits can only be actualized through a robust business sector. And the government understands the role of stimulating business activity and facilitating increased competitiveness to impact trade performance, and as such is taking the necessary action to remove any excessive barriers in order to expand business opportunities for local companies and also to increase our exports. The National Development Strategy clearly identifies desired outcomes aligned with trade and development, including an enhanced environment for investment and trade, an improved business environment that fosters entrepreneurship and high-value added competitive exports with the intent of building globally competitive businesses. The focus of the government is to move with urgency in relation to the generation of greater business activity, open trade, and access to new markets by local businesses. And this outlook will further enable export diversification by improving the performance of economic sectors and result in the creation of employment opportunities, increased per capita incomes, and improved livelihoods. You will be aware that our economy is primarily industrial, focusing on the production of petroleum and natural gas and petrochemicals. Oil and gas account for about 40% of GDP, 80% of exports, and 3% of employment. Non-energy exports account for roughly 20% of total exports, and manufacturing accounts for around 9% of GDP and 8% of employment. While the services sector comprises only 12% of total exports and contributed approximately 56% of GDP. Diversification in this regard is a major national agenda item concomitant with the impetus to expand in non-energy sectors. And permit me to share with you some of the specific measures being pursued by the government of the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago at this time. Through the Ministry of Trade and Industry, government is currently developing strategies and policies to aid the development and growth of targeted sectors, including manufacturing, commercial maritime, and the creative industries, as all of these possess considerable export potential to markets in Chile, in Panama, the European Union, and the United States. These activities, however, must be in compliance with the rules governing world trade set by the World Trade Organization. And in October 2017, Cabinet approved the National Implementation Plan for the WTO Agreement on Trade Facilitation, including specific commitments regarding future obligations and technical assistance and capacity building support. And these implementation activities relate to legislative, procedural, and regulatory reforms, all geared towards the creation of a reliable, efficient, and cost-effective trade environment. And the projects will involve, among other things, the development of mechanisms and procedures to facilitate the expedited release of goods, risk management, post-clearance audits, and establishment and publication of average release times. Formulated trade facilitation and export strategies are intended in the long run to increase the value exports from the non-energy sectors, such that these exports account for 40%, that's the target, 40% of total export earnings by 2030. Increase the number of new products exported to targeted markets and facilitate an increase in the export of services. The National Export Facilitation Organization, better known as Export TT, plays a frontline role in this regard, leading in the implementation of activities to generate export growth and diversification in the goods and services sectors, increase international competitiveness, and develop new exporters. In this regard, the Ministry of Trade and Industry, in partnership with the private sector, has supported a number of trade missions to advance entry into markets for both goods and for services. And territories visited recently include Cuba, Guyana, the Dominican Republic, Chile, and more recently, Panama and Costa Rica. And there are also other missions scheduled to Colombia, to Jamaica, and to Haiti. These are being executed along with the long-term vision of improving the value and performance of services and non-energy exports, while positively impacting the business environment, competitiveness, and the country's global performance rankings. Recognizing the importance of manufacturing as a primary driver of our nation's recovery and the provider of a variety of entrepreneurial opportunities, we are also developing and implementing policies and supporting strategies to guide the sector's development and facilitate the industry's needs. The Ministry is working on a manufacturing sector plan, which is intended to enhance the sector's human resource capacity, to address the administrative, the capacity, and institutional constraints, to promote research, development, and innovation, to improve access to finance for small and medium enterprises in the sector, and also to strengthen strategic partnerships among private and public sector stakeholders. Manufacturing and other targeted sectors are also stimulated through incentives and opportunities which support continued diversification of the economy. And implemented by the Ministry of Trade and Industry is a new $25 million grant fund facility for small and medium-sized businesses, and this has already been established and for businesses engaged in processing and manufacturing, agro-processing and agribusiness as well, with funding up to $250,000 per business. And this is complemented by a re-engineered research and development facility administered by Export TT. And the RDF, as it's more commonly known, provides funding for projects up to a maximum of $1 million over 3 phases, from feasibility to product development to commercialization, in keeping with the government's efforts to attract high-value, technology-oriented investments. The facility supports innovation in both manufacturing and in services, and will span the phases of technical and commercial feasibilities, product and service development, and actual commercialization, as I said before, ensuring in particular that the product or the service can get out to the export market. Support of this sector is further bolstered by initiatives at the Exim Bank and the new foreign exchange facility in collaboration with the Central Bank to capitalize Exim Bank to the tune of US $100 million for the benefit of eligible manufacturers and exporters to access raw materials and other essential inputs, creating opportunities for resources through which the local private sector can ramp up production and enter new foreign markets would soon be in. Other facilities for trade financing and discounting arrangements will also assist manufacturers. And ladies and gentlemen, compared to manufacturing and agriculture, employment in services is also quite high, employing roughly 80% of the national labor force. So strengthening and formalizing the services sector is crucial because of its potential to create value-added and knowledge-based opportunities that are aligned with Trinidad and Tobago's strong human resource and skills development capacity. So that while significant strides have been made with our free zone arrangements involving the establishment of back office operations and process outsourcing activities, there is further room for further growth in the services arena, all of which are exportable. The government understands this and has committed to develop service areas demonstrating significant potential, including tourism, health and wellness, energy, the creative industries, information and communication technology services, as well as professional services, educational, financial, and medical tourism services. Our dynamism in services is demonstrated, for instance, by Creative TT's recently launched Live Music District project, which will provide up to 700 new performance opportunities across 30 venues in the city of Port Spain over a 4-month period, creating economic activity whilst also catalyzing music tourism in the capital. Despite Trinidad and Tobago's economic success, e-commerce has not blossomed as expected. E-commerce is a vital platform of economic growth, which can serve to enhance the competitiveness and efficiency of firms and to create new economic opportunities in trade. Increased usage of the internet provides avenues for economic diversification, promotes entrepreneurship, encourages cost savings, increased efficiency, and also assists micro, small, and medium enterprises in offering niche products and services to the local and global markets. The National E-Commerce Strategy 2017 to 2021, recently approved by the Cabinet and being implemented by the Ministry of Trade and Industry, will create an environment that supports and promotes e-commerce for local businesses to serve domestic and international consumer markets. A committee has been appointed and has commenced work on the strategy's implementation. Complementary policies and strategies address one part of the problem, but the need for proper institutional reforms to provide the foundation of these policies is another issue. And without access to finance and foreign exchange, a facilitated business environment, or affordable interest rates, local businesses still cannot grow to the point where they can take advantage of trading opportunities. And this kind of thinking has led us to focus on the business environment, banks, and the ease of doing business. And in this regard, I'll cite just one example. We have been pursuing the development of the single electronic window, which is called TT BizLink. This public sector success story is a secure, user-friendly, IT-based trade facilitation tool which already provides real-time approval for over 47 different e-government businesses and trade-related services, significantly reducing transaction times. The National Aid for Trade Strategy 2016-2019, which matches donor funding with the country's needs with the intent of building trade capacity infrastructure, is also very important at a time when the country's resources require prudent management. And the strategy provides the government with a structured program of trade-related project interventions. And this is supported by donors and a framework for mobilizing resources to address national trade priorities while providing our exporters with greater access to resources to address critical constraints that hinder their capacity to trade. The Metrology Act and the commissioning of Trinidad and Tobago's Bureau Standards Mass Comparator Facility, for instance, will add value to the country's infrastructure by improving the quantification processes necessary for the conduct of transactions. And this will further facilitate the ease of doing business and assist in meeting the changing needs of businesses by providing assurance to both consumers and to producers. Both mechanisms will also provide the quality reference point and a universal language for exchange of goods and services, as Trinidad and Tobago continues to expand its stock of measurement infrastructure to match the growing demands on the industry. The National Quality Policy, when approved by Cabinet, will support the establishment of an enabling quality infrastructure for businesses and local enterprises in reaping the benefits of global trading opportunities, while also impacting, in the main, our competitiveness. Recent efforts to further mobilize resources at the Fair Trading Commission, including the appointment of the Fair Trading commissioners only last week, also signal the continued inclusion of businesses in activities intended to expand trade and add value to the local business environment. In creating an enabling business environment, several trade facilitation agreements also support expansion. Additionally, a variety of supplemental initiatives of the Ministry of Trade and Industry provide incentives and opportunities which support, as I said before, continued diversification of the economy with sustainable activities. Entrepreneurs are encouraged to exploit these options to help grow business and trade. And as the world shifts, influential international trade partners recalibrate relations and adjustments in production occur. The country must continue to adjust its response to the dynamic global trading environment, cognizant of the benefits to be accrued from exploitation of international trading opportunities. And this requires input from all fronts and a concerted effort to recalibrate our businesses and our trading relationships. And while the government must lead, committed collaboration by all is critical to the transformation of Trinidad and Tobago's trading environment. And in closing, I wish to thank the university again for inviting me once again to the event. To the students and to the faculty, I really wish you every success and encourage you to continue your active involvement in this country's development. It is anticipated that the intent of the symposium to emerge with workable solutions as we strive to diversify the economy will be achieved. And I want to congratulate you once again on an important symposium and wish you all the best. I thank you very much.
Good day, everyone. Senator, the Honourable Paula Gopee Scoon, I'd like you to please come forward. The Dean, faculty, staff, and students of the School of Business would like to thank you for your relevant, insightful presentation delivered today. Thank you.